Welcome to ChapterCast, your go-to audio study guide for mastering psychology, one chapter at a time. In this episode, we're covering Chapter 4, Developing Through the Lifespan, from Exploring Psychology by David G. Myers. This chapter takes us on a journey, literally, from birth to death. It explores how we change physically, cognitively, and socially over time, and how those changes shape who we are. Let's break it down into real-world, memorable examples that help the science stick. Developmental psychology studies how we grow and change from infancy to old age. Ever look back at your high school self and think, who was that? That's development in action. Your brain, your body, your decisions, and your social awareness evolve as you age. The field focuses on three big issues: nature versus nurture, continuity versus stages, and stability versus change. We ask, are you the same person your whole life, or do you become someone new? Development starts before birth. A zygote becomes an embryo, then a fetus. During this time, the environment matters, a lot. If a pregnant person smokes or drinks, those substances, called teratogens, can harm the developing baby. Newborns are born with built-in reflexes like sucking and rooting. They're not blank slates. They come prepared to connect and learn. During early years, the brain develops rapidly, especially in areas that control movement, language, and memory. Think about how babies first learn to roll, sit, crawl, and then walk. This pattern reflects maturation, biological growth driven by genetics, not just learning. Early experiences, like talking, singing, or cuddling, shape brain pathways and boost cognitive development. Jean Piaget believed that children's minds grow in stages, not all at once. Here are his 4 stages. Sensoromotor, from birth to 2 years, is learning through senses and actions. For example, a baby puts everything in their mouth to learn about it. Pre-operational, from 2 to 7 years, uses words and images but lacks logic. An example here would be a 4-year-old who thinks the moon follows their car. Concrete operational, from 7 to 11 years, thinks logically about concrete events. This is like understanding that 8 slices of pizza can equal 4 bigger slices. Finally, formal operational, from 12 and up, involves abstract reasoning. Teens at this stage can now argue about justice, ethics, or hypothetical situations. Babies develop an emotional tie to caregivers. This is called attachment. Secure attachment forms when babies feel safe and consistently cared for. Insecure attachment can result from inconsistent or neglectful caregiving. A real-world tip: kids who are securely attached often become more confident and resilient adults. There are 3 major parenting styles: authoritarian, which is strict and expects obedience; permissive, which gives in easily and has few rules; and authoritative, which sets rules but is responsive and open to dialogue. For example, an authoritative parent might say, "You need to finish homework, but let's talk about when works best." Research shows that authoritative parenting tends to produce kids with higher self-esteem and better social skills. Adolescence brings puberty, identity exploration, and brain changes, especially in the frontal lobe, which controls judgment and impulse. That's why teens can ace a test but still make risky decisions. Emotions are in the fast lane, and logic is still catching up. This is also when moral reasoning develops, influenced by peers, family, and culture. Erikson proposed 8 stages of psychosocial development. Each stage involves a core conflict. Teens wrestle with identity versus role confusion. Young adults face intimacy versus isolation. Middle-aged adults tackle generativity versus stagnation. Am I contributing to the world or just coasting? His theory reminds us that development is lifelong. We don't stop growing after childhood. As we age, we experience physical decline, such as changes in vision strength and reaction time. Cognitive changes also occur. While memory may slow, wisdom tends to increase. Social transitions like marriage, parenthood, and retirement become significant aspects of our lives. For example, older adults may struggle to recall names, but are better at seeing the big picture in life decisions. Interestingly, life satisfaction tends to remain steady or even increase with age. The chapter closes with a discussion on grief and coping with loss. Everyone processes death differently, and there's no one right way to grieve. Support, meaning, and time all help us move forward. Understanding development helps us be more compassionate to others at different life stages. It allows us to recognize how early experiences shape behavior and to make informed choices as students, professionals, and future parents. Whether you're 15 or 55, your development is still unfolding. And this chapter gives insight into every phase of life. If this episode helped you understand developmental psychology, give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to ChapterCast. Study while you drive, clean, or relax, and retain more with every listen. Comment below with the next chapter you'd like covered. This is ChapterCast. Listen, learn, retain.